Welcome back. We're going to go over these last few features, the chamfers in the hole. So this is kind of what I'm going to start off with. Go over a couple things with editing. If you make a mistake on your features, you can always highlight these or go back into the browser and edit them, delete them, whatever you'd like to do. For this, I'm going to delete them. I can always roll them back in the history. I can go back. I can go back right here to kind of see all the steps I did to make this model. Right now, if I go back one, I can also edit these features. If I need to edit the sketch to resize something, the sketch is not visible because after you do your models, there's something in the software automatically hides it. Now, sometimes you don't want that. I'm going to Control Z on that. But we're going to go through and we're going to go ahead and delete, go back and preview all these sketches and models on here. So if I want to edit, I can edit feature or I can delete it. I'm just going to right click and delete. Or I can go back in here and edit the feature. So if I made this too small or too big, I can make it 0.125. And now all the chamfers are a little bit bigger. So if you want to go back to the model browsing history, right click down there and edit. I'm going to delete some stuff right now. I'm going to delete the sketch. And I'm going to start from scratch here just to show you this. So again, I don't want this sketch to be visible. I'm going to turn the visibility off right now. I'm going to flip this model around to the bottom and I'm going to create a sketch on the very bottom of this. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to click on here. I'm going to go to point, select the point, and I'd like to dimension this. So I can come over here and hit sketch dimension, or I can hit to exit a dimension. I'm going to hit escape ESC on the keyboard, which is the top left corner, which stands for escape, is short for escape. And I'm going to hit the letter D on my keyboard. And when I hit letter D on the keyboard, it comes up with a symbol next to the right and below my cursor. You see on the screen right there, as I move the cursor around, you can see that these two vertical lines and a dimension line or a double arrow line moving around my cursor. That means my cursor is set for dimensioning, nothing else. So I'm going to left click once, left click again, and left click a third time out here in the white area. And I want this dimension to be 0.495. And I didn't just make that up. I pulled it from the dimension right here. So this is what we're making the center point here, 0.495 over and 0.495 up. So we do it again. Left click once, left click again, left click 3 times. I'm already at 0.495. So I'm set. I'm just confirming, I'm constraining my center point here. To make a hole with the center point is much easier than just putting a hole in space. I'm going to choose OK. I'm going to come up here. There is a hole feature already set. Now we're going to countersink this. We're going to thread it, and we're going to drill it. So what it's asking is face sketch points. Well, we already have a face and a sketch and a point there. So we're going to choose that face sketch point. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down to the bottom half. And this might be set up for you, it might not be. You're going to choose a 1/2 inch because the size of the exterior threads is 1/2 13. So you're going to click on this arrow and you go to 1/2 13. You're going to go from 1B to 2B because it's the call out of the threads. And it's a right-handed. I also like to choose model because it actually models the threads. So you can see right here 1/2 13 UNC 2B. Don't worry about the depth. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to countersink this. 0.1 is too small to countersink. It's 0.5 plus 0.0625 because we're going to chamfer all edges at 1/16 of an inch. Choose OK. And I'm going to flip it in a 3D view. You can see I have modeled threads now in a hole. Flip it over here. Made the part. If you feel like you made a mistake, it's too big, too small, go back and right click over here, edit feature. Make sure your parameters are set like mine, set as I've set mine. The distance down doesn't need to be 0.9, it could be 0.5, it could be anything, but it has to be bigger than 0.375. The countersink diameter is 0.5 by 0.625, that's the countersink. 82 degrees is fine. 118 drill point, that will make a difference. You can do whatever size you want there. This is critical, the ANSI unified threads Screw threads a half inch 13, to be right-handed, and I like to use model. Now I'm going to right click and hit save to save everything. This is going to be the longer aspect, is putting chamfers everywhere. All external, so everything's going to be chamfered except for it appears to be this interior area here will not be chamfered. I'm not sure why they want a sharp edge there. I think it'd be easier to chamfer everything, but and less likely to scratch you. But you are going to probably want to break sharp edges with a file. But since they're not calling for it, there's no call for it, we're just going to do the outside. This is going to be the long part, chamfer. I think I counted 23 edges altogether. So you're going to start selecting edges, and we're going to come back and we are going to make sure we get them all, and we change the size before we choose OK here, or else nothing's going to happen. This is a daunting process. You can already see. I'm at 10 edges. I think there's 22 or 23 altogether. There's 11, and I probably haven't even completed it. If you want to do this in steps, you can always select OK. After you choose put in the number here, then choose OK. It's preventing you from selecting OK because you don't have a size. I'm getting close to that 22 number. Might be more. So it is 23, at least. That's if I didn't miss anything. So I have those, all three corners there. These two lines at the top. I think if you just work your way around it, it's not too hard to follow. I got those two selected. Rotate it around. Went at home. Got that entire top feature, this feature, the back side of them. Flip it around this way. Rotate it that way. I now have the bottom of it. Got this. Got the entire bottom there. Got this side. I think I got everything at 23 edges, 0.0625. Just confirm. Select OK. 23 edges. So you have 23 edges in all. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to go back and add more. If you miss an edge, not a big deal. You don't have to delete it. Just come back up here and go to modify, go to chamfer, and come back in and make a new chamfer. This is not chamfered, but I'm just showing you how to add in a new chamfer. And now since this isn't chamfered, I'm obviously going to delete this, but you're going to have more chamfers. So you can do this either as I did it, as one whole unit, or you could do this in steps and do like a section down here, then another section, another section. Everything's going to work out great for your model. Now I'm going to save it. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to double check I got everything I wanted on here. It looks good, but it's always good to double check. I have chamfers up there. These are the chamfers that most people are going to miss on the very outside of the part, and those are the most critical. And just kind of look over your part, double check, triple check, quadruple check your work, because it's easy to miss one. But there are 23 chamfers all in all. There's 4 fillets and another radius right there. So thanks for watching. That's how you model the gamer headset clamp. Make sure you save it. The next thing we're going to model is the gamer headset screw. Thank you for watching.